谢谢邓先生的支持。下面我们请德国国际合作机构中德气候项目主任 Stefan 先生致辞。
Distinguished Mr. Chen and distinguished Madam Li, dear Dirk, dear participants from the business community, it's my honor and my great pleasure to welcome you all to today's carbon emissions trading dialogue for Guangdong industrial enterprises. I'm very happy to see so many, actually many more than expected, representatives from Guangdong business community as well as high influential policy makers in Guangdong from Guangdong province, advisors and high-level experts from Guangdong, as well as from Europe, especially from Germany, gathering here to jointly support the exciting pilot program of ETS in Guangdong province. As you all know, for nearly 2 decades now, the international community has been trying hard and striving for a binding agreement on greenhouse gas reduction on a global scale. But so far, we do not see really promising progress in the global negotiations, whereas domestic climate change policies seem to become increasingly prominent on national political agendas. And this is obviously happening in more and more countries in the world, especially in the last years, when we have seen a substantial increase of extreme weather events, scientific evidence linking them stronger than before to climate change. So to address the issue of climate change, many domestic policies and many bottom-up approaches have been developed, and meanwhile there is quite a rich experience from a broad range of instruments for reducing greenhouse gas emission. And when we assess all relevant policies and lessons learned so far, we come to a rather clear picture that there being a market-based instrument, the emissions trading scheme seems to be the most efficient one we can provide for bringing down the CO2 emissions. And that's why the EU, the European Union, set up the ETS scheme in early 2005 and has been closely cooperating between all European countries in setting up this emissions trading scheme. And it is actually the world's first and the largest multinational national cap and trade system for regulating the emissions of greenhouse gases. And the practice shows that the ETS has definitely largely contributed in helping the EU member states to meet their Kyoto Protocol commitments through the best approach economically and technically. So since this is a very successful instrument in Europe, it might be interesting to share some ideas on our experience so far. So the EU ETS has been our major instrument for more than 8 years now. Governments and thousands of business companies like your business company have been deeply involved in the emissions trading and aggregated practical experience through the participation of the ETS. And frankly spoken, in the beginning it was not that easy. There were many business companies. I think we have some experts here who followed this process very closely from the very beginning, like Dr. von Meyering. And I'm sure you can share many experience about the initial stage when many companies actually were very skeptical about the emissions trading scheme. They just feared the high cost. I strongly believe the dialogue today and tomorrow will provide an excellent opportunity for your Chinese enterprises and European enterprises and AITA Association to exchange experience and to share insights on how business companies can profit from participating in ETS. And this is exactly what you just mentioned. That ETS is also a scheme which can lead to additional profits for business companies. So China and Europe, our business companies may share similar concerns, raise similar questions, and may find joint answers on how to actively engage in ETS and hopefully get finally also something out of it economically and for the environment. As for GIZ, I can say I'm really honored and proud. I think I speak for the whole team. We are really proud to participate in such a actually historic moment when China is about to create a huge carbon market. And GIZ, the German government agency for international cooperation, is invited by national NDRC to provide capacity building to support the setting up the carbon market and ETS in 7 pilot regions and on a national level. So we know about our joint responsibility, jointly with our friends and colleagues from Guangdong government, from GDLC, from GDBRC, and the business community from Guangdong, in partnership with the International Emissions Trading Association, AIDA, and supported by excellent experts from Europe. We want to jointly contribute to Guangdong's future carbon market to become a real success. So I wish you all good new insights, many questions being answered, and experiences being shared, good ones as well as bad ones. Since also bad ones, the bad experiences are also very valuable for future considerations. So may our joint dialogue generate valuable contribution to China's carbon market in the future. Thank you very much.